Hello there, Sagittarius. Welcome to Diamond Dragon Lady. My name is Ariel, and today we are looking at your 2024 yearly overview forecast reading. We're going to do a 12-month tarot spread to see which energies are coming your way for each month of this coming year. We're going to pull a bunch of oracle to get some major keywords for you. I am also an astrologer for those who are new to the channel or haven't been with me very long. So we will be mentioning some of the astrological patterns that will be affecting you as well. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to start out with the Sacred Destiny Oracle for a major keyword of 2024, Spirit, Angels, Ancestors, Guides. Show us what we have for our beautiful Sagittarians for this 2024 year ahead, please. And we have Purity, Sagittarius. So I think this is a year where there is a lot of cleansing, clearing, release, and embracing a sense of purification. Something might have to be turned loose of in order to come into this, greater purity, this greater sense of integrity. But it's time to do the right thing. It's time to stand up for what you know is correct. And it is time to embrace a pure sense of mind and being this year. Anything that has needed to be cleaned out, it's like literally or figuratively cleaning out the closets, that's the time for it. We're going to look at some planetary influence cards next. I'm going to pull a couple of these to see what planetary energies may be at play for you. I know your ruling planet Jupiter is mostly going to be in the signs of Taurus and Gemini throughout 2024. It will be going direct at the very end of December 2023. So that's a very positive thing. You're starting the new year out on a high note of your own planet going into direct motion. And then in May, it will shift from Taurus into Gemini. So there's a split there. It's like part of the year is very much about resources, earthiness, grounding. And then we go into that very communicative, talkative energy, sharing ideas, sharing, what your thoughts are about things back and forth, and maybe making some big decisions in the second half of the year. Let's see what we have got in these cards for you. What planetary energies, what house energies, what astrology influences will most impact Sagittarius? All right. Ooh, we've got Uranus, which is genius. That is the ruling planet of Aquarius. So if you have any Aquarius in your chart, you may feel that one. I'm going to pull a few more. Oh, look, air element. Aquarius is also an air sign. So Sagittarius, if you have an air sign person in your life, or if you have some air sign energy in your chart, this may really communicate with you. Next card out, third card, is the lunar eclipse. This is about big changes, powerful beginnings and endings coming through. And on the bottom of this card, we do have the second house. So this definitely, again, there's that Jupiter energy. Funny enough, right after it, on the bottom of the deck was the second and third house. Those are the two signs. Second house is ruled by Taurus. Third house is ruled by Gemini. Those are the two signs that are mostly going to be impacting you this year. So definitely there is stuff to do with your resources, and there are things to do with communication and more messages coming in. Let's pull one spirit animal for your year ahead. Let's see which spirit animal guides are coming through for Sagittarius. Ooh, and we have the bee spirit. So sweet results await. Sagittarius, this, in my opinion, it's not really time to go it alone. It's important to reach out to your friends, your community, to kind of help you with that, whatever you're working on, especially, right? Because the bee definitely works in a team. It works as a group. And this really tells you that no matter how difficult the work, no matter how challenging the project or the climb, the sweet results await. There's honey at the end of that battle, of that journey. Let's see, what did I want to pull for you next? I do want to pull a main spirit guide from our ancestors deck. I always use these each month, but this is going to be a little different. This is for your whole year's energy. If you watch my monthly videos, you know we like to pull kind of a monthly guardian and things like that, but this is going to be kind of that overreaching energy for the year, right? The monthly ones will still apply, but this is the one that's going to really have the energy of the year ahead for you. So Sagittarius, let's see which spirit guardian wants to come help you out. And we have Lady Portia, divine order. So a lot of things are being put into divine order. Do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding here. So even if things seem chaotic, Sagittarius, she is coming in to tell you that whatever might seem disorderly, by the end of the year will be in much greater order. Focus on that. Reach out to her. She has your back when it comes to putting things into a greater sense of order, organization. And it's important. Again, you know, we had that purity. It's like purity of intention. It's like tell the truth, be honorable, be straightforward. We know Sagittarians are pretty straight shooters when it comes to talking. They tend to say exactly what they think. So this is, you know, being very truthful, very pure, having integrity in your words and deed, you know, not leading someone astray, not stringing anybody along, including yourself, not letting anybody do that to you either, because good things will come out of that. A lot of lessons are unfolding, so you have to listen to your heart, you have to listen to your intuition, and also communicate what you truly feel, because this air element of communication, the third house of messages, Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, this is all about higher communication, higher sharing, higher knowledge. And then the lunar eclipse is so much change coming in, there's so much shift, and it is a powerful thing, right? And if you keep in touch with my readings, you'll know when these lunar eclipse seasons are coming. We will definitely be talking about that here. So let's get into next the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. And we're going to see what realm is unfolding for you in 2024. What area of the magical world are you going to be inhabiting, Sagittarius? And we have the water spirit. So not only do we have a lot of air energy, now we are getting some water energy. So emotions, memory, and life force. You might be very drawn to water this year of 2024, Sagittarius. It might be a good idea to take more walks by rivers, streams, lakes, go to the ocean, play in the water, sit by the water. It's very, very good for you. It's very healing. It's very comforting. And that's truly where you will feel probably the most at home in many, many ways. This year we're going to set this card right there with the dragon. And we're going to go into your tarot. So this will be one card and a clarifier for each month of the year. We're going to go January through December 2024. Spirit, show us what you have for Sagittarius, please. I always like to give a nice good shuffle, guys, so bear with me. All right, so there's our January, February, there's March, April, May, June, July, September, October, November. Did I get them all? 1, 2, 3. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yes. Okay. All right, guys, so let's start out. I know our screen is not quite big enough to fit all of these, but that's okay. So January, you are pulling the Wise Counselor. That's the same as the Hierophant in the traditional tarot. This is Taurus energy. So this is, to me, starting the year out very grounded, thinking about your resources, thinking about practical things. You may be reviewing commitments, what or who, and all the different things you are committed to. You might be seeking some kind of wise counsel as well. You know, at the beginning of the year, a lot of people kind of look within and they say, you know, who should I talk to? Who should I get advice from? So you might be seeking a counselor, you know, to just sort of, you know, go through some things that you've got on your mind, got on your heart. Again, I think this is a year where you're trying to put some things in order, trying to understand, you know, how you can be better grounded and centered. And let's clarify that one. And we have the Page of Wands. So yes, you are definitely considering new beginnings. I would also say, Sagittarius, if life hasn't been very fun for you lately, or if this last year was very heavy energy, the Page of Wands is a little messenger coming in to kind of say, hey, it's time for lighter energy, it's time for joy, it's time for fun. Think about, you know, who makes you happy, who brightens your spirit, who brings you a smile. Page of Wands energy is also very childlike. This isn't going to apply to everyone, but some of you might even be thinking about adoption, getting pregnant, adopting a puppy or a kitten or, you know, an animal, because there is that childlike, playful, fun, you know, new life energy about the Page of Wands. That's not going to be for all of you, but this is definitely like, I want to do something real that's going to make me a lot happier. Going into the month of February, we have the Sun, so very, very beautiful energy as we go into that, you know, beginning of that month. That will be during Aquarius season. To me, this is fresh new beginnings. So like if you're looking for happiness, if you're looking for a brighter, you know, start of something very beautiful may be beginning during the month of February. It is the luckiest card in the tarot, so many times that is when, you know, maybe you have a return on an investment, maybe, you know, just something just falls off of your shoulders, heavy burdens are lifted, it's greater joy, greater success, things that kind of work out in the end, and it just lifts your spirit there, Sagittarius. And we have the Chariot sitting on top of this. So we've got some solar energy from the Sun and some lunar energy from the Chariot, which is ruled by Cancer. So we got some Leo Cancer energy there in the month of February. To me, February looks like an amazing month. Things are really moving forward. You're coming out of stagnation or stasis. You know, the Chariot really says it's time to take the knowledge that you've accrued and move forward with it. It is also definitely a time of learning more. If you feel like you need to learn more, you might also be traveling a lot more or planning travel in the month of February. Looking into the month of March, you know, something that could be happening that really, something releases you. For some of you, it could be maybe you were in a negative relationship or job situation. Something starts to turn around big time in the month of February. And then in March, there's really a letting go or a leaving behind of something. You may have to sacrifice something in order to have this beautiful brand new life, because the Six of Swords is all about leaving something that was not good for you and going towards something that truly is. I love this artwork in this deck, because we have that swan on the boat. You know, to me, swans are the connection with the soul. So it's something that's really good for your soul. But it really triggers an end of, you know, greater challenges, troubled times, difficult relationships, difficult environments that maybe you have lived in. And you may feel like you've had to release a lot of something. You may have lost something in the process, but it's so worth it because what you're gaining is going to be so much better than what you had in the past. Look at that! Yes! The sun is coming up a second time as if to confirm. Yes, whatever you're leaving behind, Sagittarius, at the beginning of this year is really worth it because you are headed towards the sun. You are headed towards bright new beginnings, something that's going to bring you so much more joy, more happiness. What a fantastic beginning of 2024 for you guys. Then we get into the month of April and we have the Renewal, which is the same as the Judgment card. So second chances in life. This energy just keeps kind of going, right? This is like you have let something die that truly needed to be gone from the past. To me, I always say that the Judgment card is like the higher vibration of the Death card because it is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is the planetary ruler of Scorpio, and Scorpio is the Death card itself. So rather than something, you know, like going through a heavy death process, what I really see here, Sagittarius, is like that already happened. You already went through that huge, difficult transformation. Now what you're coming into in this month of April is you're getting that second chance. It's like the things that, you know, that you really worked through, lived through, experience that were very painful or difficult have now, you know, literally it's like you might feel like you're rising from the dead. You feel like, wow, you know, things are coming back full circle. I have a renewed spirit. I'm getting a second chance on something, a new direction that I didn't think I'd ever get. That kind of energy. And we have the Queen of Swords. So yes, that definitely is. There's our Libra Queen. She is our Justice Queen, Balance Queen. I feel like you were willing to cut something out of your life that was not good for you. Something that may have been very toxic. Something that may have been either wasting your time or just causing undue chaos in your life. You know, Queen of Swords is very much about, you know, bringing order to things. For some of you, this could literally be a divorce. It could be a major breakup or split up because the Queen of Swords doesn't mind being single if she gains her peace and her sanity back, right? She's very much about, you know, self-sufficiency, and she doesn't mind being with herself. Again, this is general, so that's not going to be for everyone, but for some of you, it definitely could be your story. Going into the month of May, we have the Nine of Wands. So there is definitely this protective energy. You want to take care of whatever good fortune you've created. You're not going to give up. You're in a very, very strong position. And I do feel like, you know, you may feel like there's a lot on you in the month of May. That is when Jupiter, your ruling planet, will shift into Gemini. So it may be a bit of a new energy, but I feel like you're very protective. You're very strong. You will need to take some breaks, some naps here, Sagittarius, because you might be working very hard in the month of May. So just keep that in mind. Yes. And the Queen of Cups comes in. So protect your emotional boundaries. She is the one queen. She keeps that lid on that cup. She doesn't let just anyone in. And part of what you're protecting could just be your own self, your own peace, your own serenity. You're not willing to let just anyone into your life here. They have to come in correctly. They have to do what's right. They have to honor you and your emotions and your space. Going into the month of June. Let's see, is this correct? January, February, March, April, May, June. Yes, I just want to keep that in order. Seven of Pentacles comes up for the month of June. So this is about halfway through the year. And this is getting into a sense of patience. You're growing some seeds. You're planting a garden. You're cultivating what you're growing. So be patient through this month of June. Take care of whatever it is that you've already planted. I feel like this year starts out with a lot of motion, a lot of energy. And so by, you know, kind of that late spring, early summer, it's like you've already got some things going. And this is where the patience is needed. This is where the cultivation is needed. And we have the High Priestess. So you might also be very kind of secretive, a little bit mysterious about what you're working on right now, Sagittarius. You may prefer to work in private rather than in a public atmosphere because you really want to focus. You really want to feel deeply into what you're working on. And for you right now, I think having other people around you is almost too much of a distraction. You know, it's like, even if they're well intended, it just feels like they're kind of bothering you, right? You know, because High Priestess is very sensitive to her environment and she really wants the right kind of people around her. Going into the month of July, we have the Seven of Swords. So I would absolutely, again, go back to this purity card that we had at the beginning of this reading, Sagittarius, because this can be the urge to do things that are a little bit less than above board. It's also a time that you might want to be careful of people that are also not very honest with you. But it is also a card of changing tactics, changing approach. So you might be thinking about, well, how could I do this a little easier? How could I do this, you know, maybe working smarter instead of harder, right? And as long as it's above board, as long as it still retains integrity, that would be totally fine with me. And there we have the Eight of Pentacles. This one did come out reversed. I don't read reversals, as you may know, but it did come out upside down. I think as this deck might have got shuffled around. But the Eight of Pentacles, interestingly enough, is coming right after the month of June. We go into July and you've got the 8 right after the 7. So I feel like, you know, you may be coming into a place where a lot of your work is starting to pay off, or maybe you're just simply getting even better at what it is that you do. Because the Eight of Pentacles is all about doing high quality work, focusing very strongly on your own craftsmanship. The other thing that came to my mind as we're looking at that with the Seven of Swords is there very likely could be somebody that's maybe a bit jealous even of the good work that you're doing. Don't let them steal your ideas, right? You know, don't overshare. This is another reason for this High Priestess being kind of secretive. There may be someone in that environment you're kind of like, yeah, if I tell such and such, they might literally try to steal my ideas. So if you have someone like that around you, I would just be aware of it. Going into the month of August, this is getting into summer. Three of Swords, I do think that you're going to be doing some healing work, some recovery work. There is something that has your emotions and your heart very, very sensitive. You might go through a few days or even some time during this month where you're feeling kind of down, kind of blue. But I really feel like, you know, when I'm looking over here at the Six of Swords and this renewal judgment, I feel like a lot of the harder stuff has already happened. I feel like you enter this year with just a ton of momentum. And so I almost get the sense, Sagittarius, that in this month of August, it's almost like you finally got a little bit of downtime. And all the things that you've gone through for the rest, you know, the beginning of this year, the other half of this year, are sort of catching up, and you're finally able to just sort of take a breath and really do some healing work, because you might have had to move so fast, you know, through 2024 up until that point that you didn't really get a chance to completely settle into the changes or settle into the shift that had happened to you. And now here in August, you're getting time to relax, to focus, to heal your heart, to pull those swords out, you know, to talk to a trusted friend or counselor or advisor, someone that can really help you navigate that healing. Yes, there it is. Ah, oh, look at that. So the Hermit card comes out here. So absolutely, you are on a healing journey in that month of August. You might be talking to somebody who's really good at helping you to navigate that. And whether you're coupled, single, separated, whatever might be your situation, I think that you are healing from something, and you do have to do part of that healing work very much on your own. But the Hermit is our Virgo energy, and Virgo is a healer, right? Very much about healing and routines and setting up good routines. Positive affirmation, positive action that really helps you to heal your heart from the inside out all the way through. Going into September, we do have the Ace of Swords. So I feel like whatever you are seeking, whatever, lack of clarity you might have, Sagittarius, here in this month of September, you truly start to get it, because this is clarity. This is a major victory. This is the hand of spirit coming in to help you. So I think whatever it is, you're going to have that major clarity, that major moment of, yes, I understand. I understand why all of these things had to happen, or why I had to wait so long, or why I had to heal so long. And it's a really beautiful thing here. You do have this victory. And yes, look at this. We have the Ten of Wands. So right here in that month of May, we talked about that Nine of Wands being a very heavy month. There's a lot going on, very protective of yourself emotionally. Here in September, that Ten of Wands is that next step in the journey. I feel like you are putting that burden down, right? Because that is the end of a cycle. A 10 is the end of a particular cycle. And to me, the Ten of Wands is the end of a more burdensome or difficult cycle. You're getting a lot of clarity. You're releasing those heavy burdens. Going into the month of October, look at this. Brand new, starting a magical new life here. There's a lot of elements of a new life here, Sagittarius. Or just a new happiness, a new renewal. It's telling you that you have what it takes to make what happens. Make what you want to happen. That's what I'm trying to say there. That's Mercury energy. Mercury is, the ruler of Gemini and Virgo. And so, this is going to be when Jupiter is in that sign of Gemini, whatever you put your mind to is truly what you can expand upon and make it bigger. And here we have, look at that. I do feel like there's a lot of healing here, Sagittarius. Anything that you feel like you have lost, oh my goodness, you're going to be recreating it in that month of October. Remember, the Two of Cups here is still standing. There's so much to build from. You might be going through some grieving. You might still be mourning some things that were lost. But look, it's not all lost, right? And when you put your mind to it, you can really recreate whatever it is that you want to see change, or whatever it is that you want to have back in your life. Here into the month of November, getting into your own season here, Sagittarius, is the Eight of Wands, which is your own energy. It is a Sagittarius card. And so to me, this is things speeding up. This is the end of stagnation. This is a lot more fun, a lot more joy. You might be traveling. Love might be extra exciting. If you've been single, right, for a while at this point, this could be a time when Cupid's arrows really strike. Not that I don't see you with somebody through the rest of the year, but just keep it in mind. We're kind of reading for this Sagittarian collective. And, if you had been single, that's a time when it really heats up. But overall, I don't see this as a tough love year. The only month that the months you might be really pulling back, right here in April, right here where we have in August, right? These are the times when you'll be more sensitive personally and needing more space to yourself. But this 8 is beautiful. This 8 of Wands, lots of rapid changes, lots of growth, lots of movement. You coming into your own element. And look at that. Yes, wishes, hopes being restored. You're really starting to see, where you're going to be manifesting those dreams and ideas. That's a beautiful card of wish fulfillment, that 9 of Cups. And also, to me, the 9 of Cups is not yet the 10. So I always feel that with this card, it's saying, don't give up. Your dreams are in reach. You can see them. They're right there in front of you. And wrapping up the year for you is the Empress card here, Sagittarius. Beautiful manifesting, Venus energy, very, very loving, Libra Taurus energy on this, but she is ruled by Venus. So she is very much about, you know, having a beautiful relationship, manifesting all of her goals. She is a master creator. She is the embodiment really of all the queens. So she brings through that feminine energy of creation. So, you know, if you're an artist, if you're a musician, if you're somebody that really likes to express creatively in some way, that is a beautiful wrap up to your 2024. And we have our King of Swords. So wow, making some very firm decisions. King of Swords is our Aquarius king, so master strategist, definitely a thinker. You had a ton of air energy, Aquarian energy in the beginning with those cards. So I would say that this is a year where you will absolutely be putting your mind to it, Sagittarius. Let's see what we have as a blessing for your year ahead. Very, very exciting year for sure. I feel like there's just such a blessing on like new beginnings, new opportunities. Sun card twice, lots of luck, lots of good vibes, but you do have to be willing to let go of some things. It may feel like big things too. You might really feel like you're cleaning some things out. Honor your emotional process. Cry when you need to. It'll make the laughter so much more beautiful when it comes. Yes. Let's get a blessing, please, Spirit, for Sagittarius. All right. Ooh, and a blessing to bring prosperity. I love it. So, yes, so with the Empress and this prosperity blessing at the end of your reading, I do feel this is also a year of abundance, prosperity. You know, Jupiter, your ruling planet, being in that sign of Taurus, really matches up. And I really feel that this is a year where what you put your mind to is very important, Sagittarius. You got to keep a good mindset. Even we all have bad days, we all have difficult times, but anytime you notice, you know, maybe you're not talking about yourself very nicely to yourself, right? Or anytime you're feeling kind of down, this is when it's really important to reaffirm yourself, to take some time to do some meditation, to just recalibrate and stay in that mindset of positivity, abundance, renewal, because there's so much good coming in for you this year. Beautiful, beautiful reading, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Please do remember to subscribe and like this video, and I will be seeing you very soon. Take care.